Hello friends, hi, I'm Lakisha and welcome to Defeating Diabetes with Lakisha. Today we're talking about sugar and how it's a poison, and did you know it's as addictive as alcohol? We're going to talk about it today. Stay tuned. So I was in the grocery store, y'all, and I always pick up these magazines, the Women's Day magazines, and this one said carbs and sugar, cravings and cures and stuff like that. So, you know, every time I see something like this where it's talking about carbs and sugar, like, I'm always in on it, right? Because it's just going to do, it's not going to do anything but help. So I opened it up and I went straight to the article, and it started talking about sugar. And I was like, you know what? I want to talk about sugar with people today, because we talk about, oh, I got the sugar. But we don't really talk about like sugar itself. Like, why is sugar so horrible and what has happened to us? In my research, I found over the years, like, things have gotten more and more sugar in them. Sodas over the years between 1920 and now has like greater amounts of sugar. Sugar is something that used to be hard to get a long time ago. Now it's like plentiful and easy, and I believe sugar is the culprit that's helping us get a lot of diseases, including diabetes. And so reading this article, I'm just going to read some of what they say out of here, and then I want to talk about like 10 ways you know you are addicted to sugar, because we never think of sugar as an addiction. We just say, oh, we want some sweets, oh, we want some candy. But what is a sugar addiction? And I know for me, I used to be addicted to sugar according to these rules. So we're going to talk about that later. But right now I want to just read to you what this article says. So it says there's sugar in 80% of the food in the supermarket. Y'all, did y'all know that? It's sugar in 80% of the supermarket food. Oh my God. That's why I shop the perimeter. A lot of doctors will tell you that. Shop around the perimeter of the grocery store. Don't go in the middle. The middle has all the sugar stuff. The 80% of the grocery store is in the middle. You want to shop the perimeter, the produce and the meats. You do not want to go in the middle of the grocery store and get a lot of boxed stuff. Like, and when you do, you just have to be very selective, because 80% of the food in a grocery store is filled with sugar. Wow. So it says, so we may not realize it, but most of us are in the grips of sugar addiction. Y'all, most of us are addicted to sugar. I know this is hard to hear, but it's really because it's in the food that we eat in the grocery store. It says studies show that, like opioid drugs, sugar hacks the brain's pleasure center, stoking constant cravings. The average person now consumes 152 pounds of sugar per year, an excess that wreaks havoc on body chemistry and leads to fatigue, rapid belly fat storage, blocked fat loss, and a high risk for many diseases, including diabetes. Y'all, this is in the current women's world. Y'all, sugar is an addiction. It actually affects your body. I was listening to this doctor, and he was saying how sugar actually triggers dopamine. Dopamine is like your happy hormone. It makes you happy, but so does alcohol, and so does like hard drugs. It triggers the dopamine, the feel good in your brain, and your body are talking to each other, and your brain is a guard dog for you, so your brain doesn't want anything to harm you. But if it feels good to you, your brain thinks it's good for you, and you get those good endorphins. And that's why sugar becomes an addiction because it actually releases these dopamine feelings in your brain. Unbelievable how powerful sugar is. So I want to talk about sugar today, and I could talk about it in different ways, but I want to talk about 10 ways you know that you are addicted to sugar. Sugar is not good for us. It is the culprit in many diseases, not just diabetes. Sugar has an effect on people's heart, on their brain, their blood pressure. There's so many bad things that happens with sugar, and if it's in 80% of what's in the supermarket, we really have to be careful and selective and knowledgeable. So thank you for watching. As a matter of fact, if you're watching, go ahead and click that subscription bar so you can see more videos like this. So let's start with the number one reason why, or how you know you are addicted to sugar. Because I was addicted to sugar and now I'm not. But I'm going to show you like this book I got that helps you detox off sugar. So I'm giving a lot of good nuggets today, y'all. All right, so number one, you hide when you eat sugar. You hide your sugar addiction. How many of us hide Snickers in our drawers and put donuts in the back of the refrigerator or the back of the cabinet so nobody can see? If you hide it, if you wait until you get alone to sneak and eat that really tall ice cream sundae, it may be because you are addicted to sugar, okay? Because why are you hiding it? Why are you hiding it? You only hide stuff that you don't want people to see. So hiding how much sugar you're eating may be a symptom. Number two, the second thing is, you need more and more sugar to satisfy your cravings. How many of us, we get sugar and then we keep eating and eating and eating? I remember being a little girl and I was in a food desert. And a food desert means you live in a neighborhood where there's no grocery stores. There's only like convenience stores. And what do you want to get? You're going to get sugar-filled packaged food in convenience stores. And so I was very poor, and so that's all I had to eat. So once a month, my mom would go to the grocery store. And I remember asking her to get me those Snickers bars. Oh, I love those Snickers bars. But she got me a 6-pack of Snickers bars. And y'all, I ate that pack of Snickers bars so fast that I had gotten sick. Because I had to get more. Every time I ate one, I wanted more. I didn't even want like the regular food in the refrigerator. I wanted the Snickers. So that's how you know that you have an addiction, because one Snickers bar is not enough, or one Twix bar is not enough. You got to keep getting it, and you got to keep having. Give me a Payday, a Mr. Good bar, and a stick. Like, why? Yeah, you got to get 2 and 3 at one time. You may have a sugar addiction. Number three, you eat sugar even when you are not hungry. So you just like the sweet taste because you're not hungry. You don't feel like you need to fill your tummy. You just want it. That is a sign that it's an addiction. You don't need it. You want it. You want it even when you're not hungry. Okay? So that's how you know that you probably have a sugar addiction. Number four, you always crave sweets. Now, this is something that I've seen even my own. I have a son that loves sweets, and I've seen his craving dial back a little bit as I'm teaching him, but he had a really bad problem. He just really craved sweets. He just wanted candy, and it was a craving. It wasn't like, oh, I just want this today. No, it was like, wake up, you're waking up, you're dreaming about sweets, you're waking up with sweets. You gotta have it. It's like you gotta have it. It's like a craving. It's like your brain is asking you for it. That's how you know that you possibly have an addiction to sugar. Number five, you crave salty foods. Now, when I saw this, I was like, salty foods, that's not sugar. But did you know that if you crave salty foods, it could be because you have a nutrition deficit, or you could have a protein deficit. Like, I had no idea that craving salty foods could mean you have a sugar addiction. Sugar and salt are substitutes for nutrition that are really bad. These two things are really bad for our health, and so that's why it's so important for us to try to stop eating it. The Frosted Flakes, the donuts with all the sprinkles on it and stuff. I used to look at that stuff and be like salivating. Like if you salivate when I say that, you might have a sugar addiction. I don't salivate anymore. I don't even eat that stuff. I haven't eaten cereal. You all, I have not eaten cereal and milk for over a year. It's almost 2 years since I've had cereal and milk, because I know it doesn't matter what type of cereal it is, you got to put milk in it, and milk has sugar in it. So I just stay away from cereal and milk. I don't eat cereal and milk. But some people crave it, you know. So, but going back to the salt, salty foods, chips, high salt intake, things that's super salty, okay, that it means you may have a sugar addiction. I was shocked when I saw that. Number 6, you try to stop, but you have symptoms. Okay, this is important. This is important because this is the reason why a lot of diets don't work. A lot of people fail on diets. That's why I don't believe in like going on a diet. I believe in changing my eating habits. I'm going to say that again. I don't believe in going on a diet. I believe in changing my eating habits, because when I change my eating habits, there's no need for a diet. My complete way of eating is just going to be what it is for the rest of my life. I'm not going to change. So I stay away from like fast diets, and I work to change my diet, eat healthily, watch my portions, and really understand what I'm intaking. And when I do that, it's guilt-free. It's guilt-free. But going back to the symptoms of being addicted to sugar, y'all, you have withdrawal symptoms as if you were on drugs or alcohol. You have withdrawal symptoms. So if you stop eating sugar, in 24 hours after you eat sugar, you have headaches. You feel extremely exhausted. You have muscle pain. You have a painful craving for it. Like it's painful. It's like you gotta have it, or you just feel like you're gonna go crazy. If you get sick because like nausea sick because you're not eating sugar, if you feel bloated when you don't eat sugar, and if you can't sleep, these are just a few symptoms that you're having withdrawal symptoms from sugar. So I want to challenge you. I'm going to show you a book that helps you fast off sugar, but I want to challenge you to try to go 24 hours without eating anything with sugar in it and see how your body reacts, because that'll let you know if you're having withdrawal symptoms and if you have a sugar addiction. Number 7, you use your sugar to soothe you. How many people emotionally eat? I hear people say that all the time. I'm an emotional eater. And when you get upset, you get that big old thing of ice cream, and you cry and you eat that ice cream. Y'all, that is a symptom that you have a sugar addiction. If to soothe your emotional pain, you have to eat something with sugar in it and in excess, that is a problem. So again, mental health plays a big role in defeating diabetes. And I'm probably going to talk about that at some point on this channel, because your mental health and your moods dictates how you eat. And so you also have to work not only to not eat sugar, not only to make healthy choices when you eat, not only exercise, you also have to focus on your mental and emotional health as a diabetic. So I'm going to talk about that later on, but let's get back to this. Number 8. You know the consequences and you eat it anyway. Y'all, I see this all the time. I hear people say it all the time. I have diabetes and I don't care. I hear that. They know the consequences of diabetes. They have been told. They have seen people around them pass away from diabetes, and yet they have diabetes and they refuse to stop eating it, knowing their fate and their consequence could be dire. That's how you know that you have a sugar addiction, that you are basically committing sugar suicide. I know that sounds kind of rough, y'all, but I apologize if I'm making you cringe. But I need to let you know that this disease is so serious. We have to take it seriously. We can no longer let sugar control us. we are going to control our diet. We're not going to let sugar control us. Okay, you with me? You with me? Okay, okay. 9, you go out of your way to get sugar. Oh my gosh, my husband does this. I don't know if he has a sugar addiction, but sometimes he'd be like, I'm going to get me an ice cream. I'm like, babe, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Why are you going to get ice cream at 3 o'clock in the morning? So if you find yourself going out of your way at crazy hours to eat sugar, whether it's early in the morning, late at night, wee hours at night, you run into the gas station, you run into that 7-Eleven. I don't like 7-Elevens. 7-Eleven should not be open after a certain time at night. But 7-Eleven is open. You find yourself running to 7-Eleven to get you some ice cream, some chips, some cookies, whatever you get, and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Y'all gotta stop eating like that, okay? The last thing is number 10. You feel guilty when you eat it. So even though you are eating the sugar, you know it's bad, and so you're eating it, and while you're eating it, you feel guilty. Y'all, that is a sugar addiction, okay? So I gave you all of these things. I know you're like, Lakisha, this is not good news. It's bad news, because I'm on there. I think I'm addicted to sugar. Like, what am I supposed to do? I mean, 80% of the sugar in the supermarket. Slow down, Lakisha. 80% of the stuff in the supermarket has sugar in it. What am I going to do? Okay, so I have a book. I found this book actually on a website. It's called the 40-Day Sugar Fast. And what I like about this book, it's very simple. They tell you to just clear your house of the sugary stuff. So let me tell you my journey. That is what I did, y'all. I cleared my pantry and my refrigerator of all the sugar stuff. Now, it's hard in my house because I have 6 people in my house. So my husband still eats sugar. My kids still eat sugar. They don't eat it like a lot, but I don't get household sugar things. I'm gonna give you an example. I used to get the pints of ice cream, and put them in my freezer. So everybody, all 6 of us, can eat out of the pint. I don't buy those anymore. If somebody in this house wants ice cream, they have to go out to 7-Eleven or wherever and get their individual piece of ice cream, because I don't buy it anymore. So that is just an example of how you can start to get yourself off sugar. Make it less available. Make the sugar less available, y'all. So if you have refrigerators in your room and stuff, take all the sugary stuff out and put some healthy leafy greens in there, some avocado, put something else, some nuts, put something else in there. Okay, so you want to clear everything out of your house and put healthy stuff in. Now, some of you, it may be hard. You may be addicted so much that it's just hard for you to cold turkey cut out sugar. But that's what this is about. It's about cold turkey cutting out sugar. It's called a fast. Okay, so if you can't cold turkey cut out sugar, cut out as much as possible. Okay, as much as possible, or challenge yourself to go on a sugar fast. Okay, so this is a 40-day fast. The book is so simple. It has 40 days of devotionals that you can read about God and what He thinks of you. Because a lot of times we eat sugar because we're in pain. It makes us feel good. Why do we need sugar to make us feel good? Because something's making us feel bad. So in this book, the author is Wendy Speak. And in this book, she just has these devotionals from God, and she also mixes it with sugar. This is a poem. I'm going to read you a poem out of this book that she has on one of the devotional days. It says, sugar because I'm tired, because there's simply too much to do and no way to do it. Sugar because it's fast and I need 30 more minutes of strength. Sugar because I'm lonely, because something sweet tastes like human touch feels. Sugar because it's cheap. $1 instead of 5. Sugar because I didn't plan. I didn't take time to prep to stand against the current. Sugar because I'm sad about so many things. And for 2 seconds, I can forget. Sugar because I don't want to move. And sugar sits here with me. Sugar because I'm scared of what might pull me if I were fit. Sugar because I'm so angry, I don't care what happens. Sugar because I'm ashamed of how far I've let it go already. Sugar because I'm addicted, caught in a drunken cycle of lows and highs. Sugar because she loved by sugar when she wanted to give me comfort, and I remembered. Sugar because I haven't learned to value what is simple and beautiful. Sugar because I don't trust that manna will appear again in the morning. Sugar because I don't believe I will ever adjust. Sugar because those first 3 days are war. Sugar because tomorrow I'll start. I promise. Sugar because I never can see that every single today is the first day of the rest of a better life. Yo, to get unaddicted to sugar, you have to understand your worth. You have to understand your value. You have to seek other ways and other tools to mask your pain. And there's other things that make you feel good other than sugar, okay? Also, meal planning. Plan what goes into your mouth. If 80% of the food in the grocery store has sugar in it, you have to plan. It should be a priority in your life. Planning shouldn't be the last thing you do. It should be the first thing you do, okay? So do these things. Clear your house of as much sugar as possible. Plan your meals as much as possible. And fast off sugar for at least 3 days. Just try it and see how it works. Or get this book and try to do a 40-day sugar fast. And when I say, you will love it. You'll feel the joy. You'll feel the energy. You'll feel the glow in your skin. And I'm saying all this because this happened to me. This actually is how I got out of my sugar addiction. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button if you like this content. And until next time, friends, we're going to defeat diabetes together. Bye now.